You know, I really hope you ended up renewing your Costco membership because it's going to come in quite handy if you're planning on purchasing or leasing a 2021 Chevy Tahoe soon, at least for the next couple of months. And by the way, we're coming up on Thanksgiving and Christmas, so you'll probably be visiting Costco a few times over the next couple of months anyway. Might as well use it to pick up your brand new Chevy Tahoe. If you don't have your Costco membership or never had one, this video will still help you. And what I want to do for you guys is break down exactly what to be targeting on a 2021 Chevy Tahoe, what to be going after if you're purchasing, leasing, some rough maintenance costs for you guys, as well as an insurance premium that I was able to get from Esurance. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what to be going for when you're out there negotiating a 2021 Chevy Tahoe. What is happening, guys? Ari here from Boston Automotive Consulting, and in the description below, you're gonna find resources to help you when you're out there shopping around for the best price on a Chevy Tahoe. Check out vehicle-specific incentives as well as estimate lease and finance payments. You'll also be able to check out insurance rates as well as get your FICO Auto Score 8. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing because this whole channel is going to teach you everything you're going to need to know so that you can negotiate your best possible deal. Now, in the United States, we've got about 430 2020s left and 6,766 2021s. As far as not being able to get a good deal on a 2021 because there's not enough inventory, that's not the case. However, if there is a 2020 and you like the 2020, there's a ton of cash being discounted off of a 2020, so that's definitely not a bad idea either. However, because we're dealing with a brand new redesigned Chevy Tahoe, we're going to be talking about what the one that's taken over the lineup, what that's going out for. Now, in the US, like I mentioned, 67, 66 2021s. Of those, the majority of which are 1,000 Z71s, 1,700 High Countries, 1,700 Premiers, and 2,250 LTs. Of those 2,250 LTs, 1,400, nearly 1,500 are 4x4s. So for tonight's negotiation guide, I do have a 2021 Tahoe LT with an MSRP of $64,265. Chevy dealers will typically tell you Chevy Tahoes typically have about a 5.5% markup. I typically go 1.5-ish times that, getting me to around 8%. 8% is what I'd like to suggest to you to target. Going after an 8% discount on the $64,265 would bring us down to $59,123. Now, if you've got your Costco card handy, you can easily subtract $1,000. If you're a current lease customer, you got another $500. If you don't have any of these things, $59,123 is what I want to suggest that you target at the very minimum. You can use the resources in the description below to help you shop around for that deal. Now, interest rates, there is a promotional 0% at 60 months and a 3.29 at 72. So although you don't have a major discount, a major rebate coming from Chevy, you do have a very low interest rate. And on a $60,000 loan, not having paid any interest is about the same, I would say, as a rebate. So there you go. Now, if you're planning on leasing, even with the absence of some lease cash, as in $0 in lease cash, the program isn't too bad, mainly because the residual is very high. A 65% residual at 10,000 miles a year at 36 months, and a terrible 0.00201 money factor. However, on that residual, I pretty much expected it to be roughly around there. Now, assuming you're giving just your inception fees due at start, so your first payment, acquisition fee, doc fee, registration, all that stuff, due up front. I forgot my cell phone in the car with my mask. I'll be right back. Oh. We'd be talking about Oh, $21.93 total due at start. We'd be talking about $729 a month. That's including sales tax. That's not including Costco. So if you got your Costco membership, that brings you down to roughly about $700 a month. Not terrible, really not awful. However, I do want to say that in the next coming months, especially more towards sort of Christmas time, you probably will see the money factor see some sort of a reduction for the holidays. You may see some more loyalty cash get thrown in there, maybe some consumer cash on the financing end. We will see payments and purchase prices go lower than this. Hang tight, but right now, not too bad. Now, as far as maintenance goes, using Edmunds True Cost to Own, very affordable for Chevy Tahoe owners. Just estimating here based off of a 2020, the first 3 years are going to cost you about $500 per year on average. 500 is the rough cost to bring in your car for service. Now, the last 2 years is where it gets a tiny bit pricey, but still very affordable. The last 2 years combined are about $2,700, mainly because you'll see brakes, you'll see tires, you'll see a few other things, spark plugs maybe. This is based on 15,000 miles a year, so you kind of expect that total cost in the last 4th and 5th year, basically. Now, as far as insurance goes, kind of steep, you guys. A pay in full price quote that I got from eSurance was coming out to $650 for 6 months or $1,300 for the year, with $140 a month being the monthly insurance premium. I just didn't understand why too much, but maybe because it's a freshly redesigned model, that could have something to do with it. Not exactly sure. However, I did realize it is the beginning of the month. Maybe that could change at the end. That might be a separate video topic altogether. I do want to encourage you to visit the links in the description below to get your own personal pricing revolving around the Chevy Tahoe or any other vehicle that you're considering. And if you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. I'm going to put a little box. You're going to be able to click on my face. Only click it once, maybe twice if you really want to poke at me, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Subscribe already. Thank you.